guys, it's Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer, and this is farm vlog number 17. Woo! Come along with me. Let's see what's going on. Stoney Ridge. Today on the farm, we have some work to do. We've got some painting to do inside the house. Gonna get that all knocked out. I want to show you my new worm bin. I'm working on getting a worm composting setup going, and we're also going to go ahead and get the garden marked out. So should be some good stuff, should be some good food for thought. I'll show you how it's all done on the Stoney Ridge farm. Woo! So we're going to start off today's episode inside. I've got something I want to show you. I've started a worm bin. So guys, we've got a worm bin outside. I've got ideas about how to do all this. If anybody else has any cool ideas or any cool videos you can refer me to check this out, let me know. What we've got here inside the house is a stainless steel pot, and I've been saving all my veggies in there, and basically I just bought some red worms. Look in the description below. I'll post a link to where you can buy you some red worms to start your own worm composting bin. But let me show you what we've got in the house right now. It's kind of gross, and you know you've got a very tolerant wife when she'll let you do this stuff inside the house. A very tolerant wife. Those worms are gross. Worms are nasty to have in the house. Shouldn't be doing worms unless you're Dumb and Dumber. Who the heck has worms in their house? Hey who? Stoney Ridge Farmer, baby. Woo! Guys, here's what we've got. And you can probably see the little wormies in there wiggling around. This is just a big bowl of scraps that we had. You can see worms in there now. We're gonna take this, and this is our inside bowl. So this stainless steel pot will stay inside with a lid on it, propped up just slightly so the worms have plenty of oxygen, and basically we'll take food scraps and put them in there, and then on a daily or every 2 day or every 3 day or every 6 months basis, we're going to go ahead and take them out and put them in the worm bin so that we have nice worm castings to put on our plants in our garden. Guys, I told you I'd take you outside and show you the worm bins. Right here's what we've got, and it's just something small time right now. We're up here and got my worms in there. They're crawling around doing their thing. This is just some gross old food stuff that we've got here, but if we take a stick and we stir it around, we find that we've got plenty of worms in here chowing down on the old food scraps. So right there's a bunch of them. So, anyhow, we're gonna add a little bit of newspaper and stuff in here and give them a little organic matter, and we need to make sure that they have plenty of oxygen. This is a small time deal right here, a small operation. When I lived in the city, I built a 4-bin worm composting station, and I went to all the health food stores and got all their old food scraps. This was awesome, guys. I had small grocery stores in my area who had nothing to do with their old food scraps. So I took their old food scraps, I kept 2 barrels at their store all the time, and they just threw any organic material. Sometimes they didn't throw organic material. They were a little bit irresponsible with that. It's okay. I got a lot of rubber bands out of the deal. Anyhow, I'd take all these vegetable scraps and pour them in to the composting bins, which were huge, and cover them up with a layer of leaves, and in 2 days they would eat every bit of it down. So every day or every 2 days, I would have a half of a trash barrel full of old veggies, and I'd put those old veggies in there, and the worms would eat them down. If you've got small local grocery stores in your area with a produce department, check them out, see if they'll give you their old produce. A lot of them will. Old produce is awesome. You can also use old newspapers and stuff in there for organic material. Worms love it. It's worth it. It's free. It's out there, guys. You just got to search for it. I know what you're thinking. You can work your butt off to get something free like that. If you live close by, I drove by these grocery stores every day. If you live close by these stores, it's no problem. It's just making a little bit of effort to help improve your environment and keep waste out of the landfill. What better way to live, guys? Preventing overfilling the landfill, which in turn prevents overfilling the landfill. Woo! So guys, let me tell you about a mistake I've made. I'm getting ready to paint here in the house, and here I have 4 tubes of the exact, well, almost the exact same caulk. This is the Dynaflex 230. This stuff works great. We live in a mobile home, which means it's mobile, which means it sits on a metal frame, and the metal frame flexes much more than a wooden frame would flex, I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. That being said, these walls in here are not standard walls. They are panels. And I had them taped, mudded, and textured so that it looks like a house and not like a box. Anyhow, I have too many tubes of the same doggone caulk open. And you see here on the ends of the tubes, I put screws and nails in these tubes and squeeze the caulk gun one final time. That way I can continue to use my old caulking. So we're going to burn through all these tubes of caulk here. I've got a few cracks. Any home will settle. Mobile homes settle more, I think. They expand and contract and expand and contract, and it causes cracks in your walls, so caulk is your best friend. This is, like I said, the Dynaflex 230. It was recommended by the guys that I had to do the texturing on the walls. It's the only thing I really had hired out because I just didn't want to do it. It was just too much of a mess. So anyhow, the Dynaflex 230 has some sort of silicone in it that will expand and contract and keep it from cracking. It works. Recommended by Stoney Ridge Farmer. Woo! Alright guys, let's see if this worked. Out comes the screw. Did it save caulk? Oh, like ice cream, man. It did. It worked. Good deal. So guys, if you're interested in what I'm doing here, this is a quickie. I'm just caulking these cracks. They're cracks. They're pretty wide cracks up here. Let me zoom in. So these are the cracks that I'm caulking right here. And basically, I've got to seal those off to keep the weather out. And I just put a bead of caulking on here. I take my finger and fix it right up. So that's what I'm doing. This could translate to your house too. If you've got cracks in the ceiling, cracks in between joints like this, just get you a tube of this caulk. I'll put a link down below where you can pick this stuff up online. It's that Dynaflex 230. I'll put a link down below. This may translate to what you've got going on in your house. Your projects aren't only outside, they're inside too. When the weather's really bad outside, you can get this cool stuff. These honeydews need to get done inside. Once again, ladies, I am not normal. I do more honeydews than most husbands. That was an easy tutorial on how to fix a crack in the ceiling with some caulking. Alex, Dynaflex 230. I'll post a link. Word to the wise, guys. Treat your woman nice. Do some work for her. She'll treat you right. And gals, treat your man right. And gals that have a gal, treat your gal right. And men that have a man, treat your man right. And people that have dogs, get your caulking done. Your dogs like it. Woo!
Bring your kids, we're living life pure and sweet. That's the way
America, baby.
it used to be, Stoney Ridge.